What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching a Marvel edition of the Ragin Nation show. This is just a web series. We're talking about all things matter to me in the world of Marvel films. This is episode number 40, and I'm sure by now you have all seen the Avengers Age of Ultron teaser. You've also seen my teaser reaction video, and you've also seen my teaser analysis where I break down the teaser shot for shot. Well, let's just step back from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all the Avengers Age of Ultron teaser talk, and let's talk about what's been going on over at 20th Century Fox. And of course, that would be the production of X-Men Apocalypse. And Bryan Singer decided to drop some news recently, and that is talking about who's coming back for X-Men Apocalypse from X-Men Days of Future Past, and that is Quicksilver. Quicksilver. One of the best parts about X-Men Days of Future Past was the introduction of Quicksilver and his awesome abilities, okay? You know what? His scene was a true crowd pleaser, and it's definitely a character that I wish we could have seen more of, especially in the final act of X-Men Days of Future Past. Well, don't worry, because he's going to have a bigger part in X-Men Apocalypse. He is, after all, a fan favorite of X-Men Days of Future Past, and they're definitely going to want to bring him back for X-Men Apocalypse. Now, he also discussed the potential of a Quicksilver solo film. Now, that is pretty exciting, okay, to spin off outside of the X-Men and just talk about his character in his own feature-length film. Now, who knows if that's really going to happen, but Bryan Singer did mention his enthusiasm for you know, seeing a Quicksilver solo film. Now, whether or not he's going to direct it, you know, that's all up in the air. I don't think he's going to direct it, but he is at least going to produce it if it really does happening. After all, you know, he kind of, you know, I wouldn't say that he created the character, but what he is in X-Men Days of Future Past and how he looked was because of Bryan Singer's vision. All right, so that is very, very exciting. Now we're done talking about what's going on with 20th Century Fox and X-Men Apocalypse. Let's go back to talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and, of course, Age of Ultron. Now, everybody knows that the Avengers Age of Ultron teaser was leaked. It got released early. You know, Marvel Studios couldn't delete all the leaked trailers that were out there, so they just gave up. Okay, once it's on the internet, you know, it's there for good. You cannot delete it. Okay, so Marvel Entertainment, they folded, and they decided to release the teaser early. Okay, but then what about the teaser for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I mean, they promised fans that you're gonna see something special, and the Age of Ultron teaser, and it's gonna debut on the next episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay. You know, I'm pretty sure, you know, people are still going to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because, of course, you're following the series. But, you know, to have something there that we've already seen is a kind of no big deal. So, you know what Marvel decided to do? They decided that, and they made an announcement that they are going to release all new footage when they show the teaser at Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, whether or not it's going to be a brand new teaser, I'm not sure. I don't really think so. What I think they're going to do is they're going to show the same teaser, but they're going to replace certain scenes with all new scenes. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they're going to take out some scenes and then put some other footage that we've never seen before, or they're going to add more scenes to it that we've never seen, thus making the teaser longer than 2 minutes. Okay, so that's something to look forward to. If you follow the show, make sure you watch it and you know, check it out. And eventually, I'm sure it's going to show up online. So if you don't watch the TV series, it'll eventually show up online. Okay, so that's something that is very, very exciting. Now, speaking of the trailer broke some records for Marvel Studios, and that is this trailer has been downloaded, or at least viewed, 34 million times. 34 million views in 24 hours. That record was originally held by Iron Man 3. Okay, so very, very impressive. Now let's talk about the Avengers Age of Ultron trailer. Oh yeah, hold up. Before I talk about that, I want to show you guys some Ultron concept. I mean, we only seen Ultron We've only seen Ultron in those clips. We saw this hand that was in, you know, like dripping with molten lava, and then we also see the final shot at the end of the teaser where you see him talking, voiced by James Spader. Okay. But here is some concept art that got released or leaked, I'm not sure, but it is a full body shot of Ultron. Now, when you do the comparison between the way Ultron looks in the comics and the way he looks in the movie, you know what? I would have to say they did a good job. Now, this is only the concept art. He might look a little bit different in the movie, but still, I mean, if this is the concept they're going with, I think that they really paid homage to the original appearance of the way Ultron looked in the comics. So, very, very cool. Now, let's talk about the Avengers Age of Ultron teaser in more detail. I know I've already done a shot-for-shot breakdown analysis. Now, there are three things that I want to talk about, and that is this ballerina scene. I didn't really think about it that much, but then later on I thought about, if you guys didn't already know, in the comics, Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, was also a ballerina dancer. So this could be either a flashback scene, or the ballerina sequence is a scene where we're kind of exploring more depth into the Black Widow character. Okay, so you know, in the first Avengers movie, we got to see a bit of learn a bit of background about Natasha Romanoff when Loki was you know, having a little bit of a discussion with her. We got to see this other side of the Black Widow character, and it looks like we're going to get a further exploration of that character in Avengers Age of Ultron. So that's very interesting. Now, another thing that we got to talk about is, what is Ultron made of? Because you see the scene where he's like got lava molten, you know, dripping off of him. So he's got to be made of some indestructible metal. Okay, in the comics, he's made of adamantium. Okay, adamantium is the same material that Wolverine's skeleton and claws are made of. But you got to remember one thing. Okay, adamantium is an element that is a property of 20th Century Fox. 20th Century Fox owns X-Men. 20th Century Fox also owns the word mutants. Okay, they can't even say the word mutant or mention the word mutants in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, just because that's a property of 20th Century Fox. Can you believe that? That's ridiculous. It's a word. And another thing that 20th Century Fox owns is adamantium. So adamantium cannot exist in Sony, like Spider-Man Cinematic Universe, and it also cannot exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So it cannot exist in Avengers. So what is Ultron made of? Well, it's got to be made out of vibranium. They're making a few changes because of these illegal circumstances, and because of that, Ultron will be made of vibranium. Now, this makes sense because if this shield, this Captain America shield, is going to be cracked in half, it most likely is because vibranium and vibranium are having an impact on each other. So Ultron, during a fight scene, must have like smashed Captain America's shield, thus breaking it in half. And because of this whole legal nonsense that 20th Century Fox owns X-Men and all its elements, which includes adamantium, Marvel Cinematic Universe cannot use adamantium. Therefore, they have to make Ultron made of vibranium. Like, it's a small change. I don't think any fans are going to be pissed off about that. I don't think anybody's going to be upset or anything. You know, it's just a small change, and I think they'll make it work. Okay, so that's very interesting. Now, finally, the big question is why is Hulk fighting Iron Man? Why is there a Hulk Buster scene? This is really directed towards the non-comic book fans. Well, the reason why they're fighting is because, or rather, the more appropriate question is, the reason why there needs to be a Hulk Buster armor is because there needs to be, Iron Man needs to be able to take on the Hulk. Now, why is Iron Man taking on the Hulk? Well, it's because of possibly three reasons. There's only three real explanations for this, and that is Hulk. You know, Bruce Banner, when he is Hulk, he's never really at 100% up here. Okay, you know, he's in rage mode, so it's possible that you know, there's conflicting ideas. And because of that, Hulk goes off on a rampage, and then Iron Man needs his Hulkbuster armor to control him. It could be just that. That is a very natural cause. Or Hulk is under mind control, possibly by Scarlet Witch. And Scarlet Witch is controlling Hulk, corrupting his mind, making him aggressive and destructive, and therefore that is why Hulkbuster exists, so he can battle Hulk and put him in control. Or we're talking about AI here in Avengers Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron, or rather Ultron is AI, okay, self-aware. So if he can control himself, he could possibly control other technology. After all, he is controlling the Ultron minions. Okay? So it is possible, and I'm just throwing this out there, that Ultron is controlling the Hulkbuster armor or controlling the Iron Man armor. Okay? Maybe he took control of Jarvis or something. And because of that, there is a fight between Hulkbuster, controlled by Ultron's AI, versus Hulk. Okay? Now, this is possible, but I think it seems the possibility of this is lower. I think it's actually Scarlet Witch controlling Hulk, making him all destructive in rage mode, and the Hulkbuster needs to show him who's boss and just throw it down. Anyways, just to answer some question for you guys, that's what I believe. And there you have it. That's all I got to say in this video. We got more stuff to talk about in the Marvel edition of the Ragin Nation show, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, and then we're gonna engage in some more discussion. There's definitely a lot to talk about. All right. So there you have it. That's all I got to say in this video. Stay tuned for episode number 41. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation, and also if you want to chat with me directly, you can follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. I also got Instagram. You can check out my photos at The Ragin Nation. Actually, I uploaded this little short clip of Hulkbuster fighting on Instagram. So you can follow me on Twitter. You can watch it over and over again. I did a little bit of editing to make it look more complete. And check that out. Give it a like. My name's Alexi. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Where it's just like he's just too good, and he's kind of taking a break. He's shooting from a distance. All right, he's unstoppable.